Hello. How is this view, Mom? And I need to know if I'm lagging. Am I lagging at all? Or am I coming through okay? Okay, is the volume all right? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. Yes, okay. I'm hoping that it does not start raining or get cloudy because then I might start buffering. Okay, well, if you guys are here, say hello so I'll know you're here. I'm going to wait for a few minutes to let everyone. Hello, how are you? How do you say your name? Is it Shaka or Shaka? I'm lagging. How bad am I lagging, Mom? How bad is it lagging? Shaka. Okay. Well, welcome. I always wondered how to pronounce your name. Well, first of all, I'm going to start out with an announcement until everyone gets on here. I'm going to try to go slow in case I am lagging because I tend to talk 100 miles an hour. I just hit over 200 subscribers, so I'm going to be doing a giveaway very soon. And I'm going to be making a journal for that giveaway. I might actually make it, do some videos and make it as I go and then do the giveaway. So if you're not subscribed, you want to be subscribed and turn on your notifications so you will know when that's coming up. Am I doing it? Is it okay? Is the signal okay or is it lagging? I want to make sure we're not lagging before I start here. Okay. Well, I know we're a little backwards today, but this is going to be the best way for me to be able to do live videos and film. So you're going to kind of see me from the opposite direction, but I think it'll be okay. When I did my last live, which was on YouTube, or was not on YouTube, it was on Facebook, I had showed this binder, which I'm going to turn around so you can see it. And it is the Better Homes and Garden book. And this is the one that I'm using to make my Creative Faith journal. And the front cover here, I'm just going to put, I'm not today, but I'm going to create, let's see, just something, some kind of a little collage just to cover the words. I'm going to leave all this decoration, and it's going to say bloom where you're planted. which was my bestie's idea. Cherie thought that would be a great idea, and I love that idea. So that's what I'm going to do there. This book is from 1954. It's the second edition. So it's really old. The pages are really old. They're falling out. So I'm going to go through first, and I'm going to start thinning out this book because it's completely full. It's got all the tabs. It's got everything. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And then we're going to decorate the inside cover. So let's see here what we'll do. And there's some really pretty pages in this book that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use all the tabs, the dividers. And then I can just section off whatever I want in my faith journal. And this don't have to be a faith journal. It can be for anything that you would want to use it for. It doesn't have to be a creative faith journal. And by that, I mean you would be doing your artwork in here. If you didn't want to do it in your Bible, or if it's too big for a spread in your Bible, then you could do it in here. So that's where the creative comes from. Instead of just a faith journal, this is somewhere where you can actually be creative with your scripture or whatever. We're just going to take all these out, and then we'll just go back later and add in some of the pages because there's some really pretty pages that I'm going to go back and add. I am lagging. Well, I don't know why I'm lagging. Is it bad lagging? Where it's rainy and cloudy here, I think that's going to cause me to lag. Hopefully it won't be so bad that I can't do this video. And if I'm lagging, I'm sorry. Hopefully it does not get worse. Maybe it'll clear up. It's okay, no lagging. Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you're watching, make sure to say hi so I know you're here. Right now, I'm just going to take all these pages out, except for the divider tabs. I'm going to leave those in there. And then I'll take them and put them to one side while I decorate the inside cover. And like I said, we'll go back and we'll add some of these pages back in there to do like some mixed media or whatever. And then we'll also add other paper in here, some maybe coffee dyed paper or writing paper, whatever we want to work on. Okay, so there is all of that. That's a lot of pages. That's a lot of pages. It's now 480 pages there. There's some really pretty ones, which we're going to use later on. And I'm going to take some of this stuff off here, which is that plastic. We don't want that. Let's put that up there, and then I'm going to separate this. Notice the older binders come with this big plastic piece, and I don't like this plastic piece, so I'm taking it out. This one's really old anyway, but they just irk me. I do not like these things. I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit before I start doing the decoupaging, because I am going to be decoupaging the inside covers. And I've already kind of wiped it down and cleaned it up some. I just need a clean surface to work on. So So if there's any of you that have not done decoupaging and you have any questions, just ask me and I will try to help you out. We are going to be working with a bunch of scraps that I have. And I am making this all florals. So I just grabbed a bunch of my paper and we're just going to start ripping and tearing and laying it down. Let's see. I hope you guys have a good enough view. Can you guys see that okay? I'm trying to stay in frame. This one. And I'm going to keep the edges straight so that way it lines up nice and neat with this piece of paper here. And I actually took a picture of this because I wanted to be able to keep all the information on this, but I knew I was going to cover it, so I just took a picture and I thought I would add the picture in after I was done. So I am using the Mod Podge, and it is the matte. They have matte and they have glossy, and I noticed there is another one. I don't remember what it was, but I'd never seen it before. But this is the one I'm using. And I'm almost out. I need to get some more. You guys say hello. Let me know you're here. Let me see. I'm going to put this one. Right. Let's do down here. What's everybody up to today? I'm going to try to get this these covers done as fast as I can so we can move on to other things, because I know you don't want to just sit and watch me decoupage this whole thing. But I do know that there was some people that asked and wanted to see it, so and this is one reason you keep your scraps, so you can use it for when you're decoupaging. No, let me put that there because I want to use that again. And this is called collaging, if there are any of you out there that do not know that. And it's just adding all different kinds of textures of paper, prints and things on top of each other, layering them up. And this, the Mod Podge will actually protect it and seal it, so it will not be damaged, you know, after we're done. It's going to be nice and secure and protected on the cover. Like that. Hello, Renee. How are you? Glad you made it. I announced at the beginning of the video, which I will tell again when other people get on, that I just hit over 200 subscribers, so I will be doing a giveaway. And I am making a journal for that. And just a little smaller. I'm thinking I'm going to do the journal on, do it like a series on YouTube. It won't be live, I'll just make it and upload the videos so you can see a new kit that I'm actually getting ready to use. And it is from Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I am on her design team, and I'm going to go ahead and start with some of her digital kits that I have. So I have so many things coming up that I'm starting to get confused, and I had to get a notebook out and start writing it down. Thank you, Renee. Thank you so much. I am very excited. Very excited. And so today we are making what I'm calling a creative faith journal. And it is so you can do the layouts that we do in our journaling Bible and things like that. Sometimes people don't want to do art in their Bible. Some people don't have a journaling Bible, or their Bible's too small for the actual layout that they're wanting to do for whatever they're studying. And this will give you a place to do that. But this is going to be so big because it is a 3-ring binder. You could do this with the tabs that I have, because I have all the dividers that were in this originally. You can section off things, and you could also put your scripture writing, devotional notes, prayer lists, whatever. It's, endless what you could actually do. So it doesn't actually have to be for what I'm using mine for, but that's what I'm making this one for. The one thing about journals is that you can, hello Cheryl, wondering what the papers that you're tearing is. Rapid pair. No. Okay, Cheryl, hi Cherie. Glad you're here, honey. I need you. Cheryl, the paper that I am using is scrapbooking paper. And I don't have the cover to this one because I used it all. This is all my scraps. Let me show you. These are all scraps I was making journals. And so I just pulled a bunch of them out. They would come. I'll show you this one. I get mine at Hobby Lobby. Walmart also has them. These are the 12 by 12 sets, and this is my Prima that I talk about all the time. So you can get them at Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Walmart, Michael's. You can buy them online. And that's what I'm using now. I'm not using the cardstock. This is just the regular weight design paper. So that's what I'm using. Cherie, where were you? You wasn't on the boat, was you? Oh, well, quit turning your microwave on, Renee. You're welcome. And Cheryl, also you can use, in the one I did on Facebook, you can use paper, like any kind of paper. You can use book pages. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll show you the one that I was working on. And it looked like this. So this was all book pages that the book was really old. It didn't have a cover, and it was going to the trash anyway. And I saved this one from one of our stores in town that was closing down, and they were throwing a ton of books away. So I grabbed a bunch of them up. And so you can see how aged it is. I didn't age this. I mean, that's just naturally aged. And so you just rip it and you do the same process. So you can use book pages. You can use music sheets. Anything, any paper that you would want to use, you can use. I'm hoping that some of you ladies, because I know some of you are coming from, no, I was on another video. It showed just sitting there waiting on the video to start. Well, I hope your coffee is heated up so you can watch now, Renee. You tried to catch me last time, I think. Um, what was I saying? I hate it when I do that. Um, what was I saying, guys? Remind me. I was talking about something. It might have been the paper. I don't know. But also you can use, Cheryl, you can use napkins. I have decoupage with napkins. Um, tissue paper is really good. Now, of course, it's thinner. So when you're using tissue paper, you just have to be more gentle, or even the napkins. And if you don't know how to decoupage with napkins, you actually have to take the layers apart, because most napkins are 2-ply. Some of them are 3, but I don't run into 3-ply ones very often. I don't like that there. So you have to actually take them apart. And if you don't know how to do that, let me know and I will show you if you're interested in doing something like that. Yeah, I have done napkins. Let me show you something here. I showed this on my video on Facebook, but that is a napkin that I decoupaged on top of a piece of the book page. And actually, I think there's 2 there. I backed it, and then I just sewn around the entire tag. So can you see the sew? There's the sewing. Yeah. You're brand new to this and know nothing. Well, you're going to learn. I have got so many videos coming up. I really don't have enough time for all the things that I want to do, but that's why I wanted to go live, because I wanted to be able to talk to you guys, get your ideas of what you would like to see. You know, what videos would you like to see me make? What lives would you like to see me do? Because, you know, right now I'm new to going live, for one thing, and I really want to do what you guys want to see. I don't want to just get on here and do whatever. You know, I've got plenty of projects that I'm working on that I can definitely do, but you know, I want it to be something that you guys want. So if there's anything, Cheryl, I can help you with, if you are learning, you let me know and I will gladly help you. I've also done some tutorials for some of the Breeze group. When they've asked, you know, I try to do what I can. And they're on my page. But this is my passion. You know, it's more than just a job. It's my passion. You are very welcome. Okay, so who all was here? Say hello. I know Renee and Cherie and Cheryl and Mom are here. Mom a big shout out, because she is the reason that I can sew now. I refused to learn to sew my entire life. I could do anything and everything else. She taught me to crochet when I was 10 years old, and I made my very first Afghan. And she tried and tried and tried to get me to sew, and I refused. I was like, I do not like this. This is not fun. And now that's what I do. I sew all the time, because it just adds so much to your journals that it is definitely worth it. So, yeah, thank you, Mom. How I learned so quick, I don't know, but I'm still calling her saying, oh, this happened. What do I do? What do I do? I think we always do that, don't we? It's just bred in us to call our moms. Even my boys still do that. Oh, you know how much I love you, Mama. All right, let's see. Now, if I can just get you working in a journal, that's my goal. So, as I was doing this earlier, I don't know who was on here, but I'm trying to keep, when I'm tearing my paper, which I think I'm out of frame. I'm sorry, you guys got to tell me if I'm out of frame. I'm keeping the straight edges so I can keep a nice straight clean line around this paper that's already on this binder. So that's how I'm keeping that straight edge, because if I would tear it, of course it wouldn't be straight and it would be all over the place. And that's fine if you were doing something like this and you're actually covering the edge, that'd be fine. But for this, I'm not, and so I've got to kind of stay in that line. Ooh, I love this. What if I put that there? No. Where can I put this one? I like this one too much to. Let's go put it over here. I'm hoping that, well, I'll ask you guys. I've already said this, and I'm sure I'll say it a few more times on this video, but I'm getting ready to do a giveaway because I hit over 200 subscribers, which I'm so excited and thankful for. And I got the wrong straight edge there. Let's use something else. And I'm going to make a journal for this giveaway. Should I do it? I'll still do that again. Let me try this one. Should I do it live or just record it and just do like a series and just put it on YouTube? Just upload the videos. What do you guys think? The journal is for the giveaway, so I want to know what you guys think. Is it something you'd like to watch to get more ideas? Sheree, is your aunt able to watch today? I know she wanted to see more of the decoupaging technique. And this is just the base. This is not the finished product. I got that on there. I need to get it back off. It didn't cover right, and I don't like that. A different piece of paper there. Lisa, move your book just a little away from you. Like that. Is that better? This is why I have you here, Shrevey. Did that work? Yes? Okay. Sorry, I keep forgetting to look over there. Okay, so can you guys see what I'm doing here as far as the collaging? I'm hoping you can. Okay, let's see. And like I said, I'm leaving all the torn edges. That's what I want, was the torn edges. If you didn't want the torn edges, you could actually cut it. And but I'm just not a fan of straight edges at all. Yes, it's perfectly fine. Okay, good. Well, that's the same one. I don't want to do that. Let me put that right here, actually, even though that's layered. So even after I'm done with this, I will be going back and adding more on this. And I might add pockets. I don't know, but I doubt it. I don't think I'm going to add pockets on the front because there's going to be plenty of room in this journal that I don't need pockets. So I think it'll be fine. Let's see, some different paper here. I didn't even get this out. So let's see. We're going to have another straight line there at the top. So guys, talk to me. Tell me what all you've been doing. Nobody told me if you want to do the live of me making the journal. Do you want me to just do it on YouTube? I need some ideas. because I can just upload it from, just do like a series and then just upload it as I go, and then just do the giveaway. Just tell me what you would like, because I know sometimes you don't have a chance to watch live all the time. I try to watch as much as I can. Let's see. That work out. Let's tear that down. I need ideas for videos that you guys want to see me do in the future. Sheree, give me some ideas. And we'll put it all on you. Do what is most convenient for you. Yeah, I've got so much I could do right now that that's not going to be a problem. So, I was trying to think of some of the things that I've got going on. Well, like I said, I'm going to do a journal with one of Tina's new kids from Shabby Dabby Doodah. And, oh, it's going to be beautiful. I've already got all the ephemera cut out. And I'm ready to go. So I thought about maybe trying to do that this weekend and getting a video up for you guys. So that's coming. There. I keep moving it back. Sorry. Hope you guys are seeing that. I keep moving it towards me. Let's do this one. So do you see where I'm going with this? I have tons of doilies. I love to crochet, and I'm wondering if they can be glued to a journal. Absolutely. Yeah, that's an absolute yeah. I have some have a journal on them. I mean, I have some that are on a journal, and right now I started crocheting again and making little flowers to go on the journals. That is, lace and let's put that here. Lace and ribbon, anything like that, yeah, is a definite. It puts you to sleep? How can it put you to sleep? That's funny. It puts you to sleep. I used to crochet a lot in the winter. That's when I like to make my Afghans and things, but kind of quit that a while back. So, because now pretty much all I'm doing is this. I'm going to put this here to kind of make that look bigger. And also, I told in my last live Facebook, put that there, that you can make your own Mod Podge if you don't want to purchase any. And there is, it's just like regular glue and water. You just water down your glue. So if that's something you want to do, you don't want to buy it. Okay. Yes, Sheree, thank you. Okay, so I'm making this Creative Faith journal out of this binder here, which is from Better Homes and Garden. It's the garden book, and it is beautiful. The front cover here, I will be putting a piece of paper that I like, and I picked this one out, and then some fabric. So see here, I'm going to put some fabric and do a little collage here, and it's going to say bloom where you're planted. And that was an idea from Sheree, and I love that because that's pretty much where I'm at in my life. So I want to use that idea. And so what I'm doing is I'm using design paper. There's different places you can purchase the design paper, any craft store or Walmart. And I'm just tearing it and using this Mod Podge here, which is the matte. and then I'm just adhering it down. And also, when you put it on top like this, it protects it. So it's a protective glue. It'll keep it on there, and then, you know, it's not going to damage that. I could read a book for hours and stay awake. That's why I have you guys. You can sell me some doilies. Yeah. Oh man, I don't even make doilies. They're so teeny tiny, I couldn't do it. Now my mom could kick them out, and you know, they're tiny. They're just too tiny for me. And I know my Aunt Geneva, she can make them. Well, I don't even know how she makes them as fast as she does, but she does, and they are gorgeous. So I'm just kind of adding a few more pieces here to kind of get it evened up. So can you guys see this? Okay, do you see how this has turned out? And that's just a collage of all of my different scraps from this paper. And so, of course, I need to let this dry, and I'm going to move it over, and I'm going to go to this one. This is so pretty. Let me send it to the bomb. I love you. You know, it does, don't it? This one here, Sheree, I guess what you're talking about. I like that one. I don't know if I have another one, though, because this is on my scrap paper. So, yes. Yes. Everybody's saying yes. Okay, yes to the flower, I know. I don't know why Cheryl's done. Lost where I was at. Okay, let me try to do it that. Now, how is that? Is that better for this one? I think I've got it closer to you guys so you can see it. Okay. So let's see here. Now we're going to start on this one, and I'm going to try to work a little faster. I've got a lot of different papers I didn't even pull out. I don't know why, but I was just, and I think actually what I'm going to do in the back here is I'm going to do bigger pieces so you can see the difference, because it's not going to matter to me either way. Oh, I do have one, Sheree, right there. I do have another one. Oops, sorry, guys. I hit the cord. Yeah, I do have another one. Let's see. I've got you guys up here on the... There. There we go. Okay. You asked if we could see that. Okay, my connection keeps fading in and out. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I did. See, thank you. I couldn't remember what I'd asked. Okay, so I think, like I said, with this one, instead of doing teeny tiny, I'm going to do bigger ones so you can see what that looks like. And so I need, okay, so for this one, I'm going to tear, and remember, I have to keep 2 straight lines. Let's see if I can do this here. Now I'm back. Did I leave? I didn't know I went anywhere. Am I going in and out? I'm sorry. It looks fine over here, but, you know, I don't know what you guys are saying. I hope it's not too bad. Hi, Sandra. Welcome. We are working on our creative faith journal today, and I've already done the front and got this decoupaged. I've used smaller pieces here, and I'm going to do larger pieces on the back just to show you the difference. And it's not going to matter to me because this is for me. And I'm actually going to put something else on here, so that's no big deal. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of the difference of the looks. And you can always keep layering until you get it the way you want it. You know, even with this, if I didn't like that, I could go back and put bigger pieces all over it. So that's never a problem. And that's one of the best things about collaging, is you just really don't have any limits. You can't mess it up at all. And if you're wondering, I'm using the Mod Podge that is the matte finish. They have a gloss finish too, but I wanted to use the matte finish. So, and so for the paper, like I said before, I want to keep this a straight edge. So I'm going to tear this way down here and then this way here. So that way I have a straight edge here and a straight edge across the top. If that makes sense. I'm trying to, hope I'm making sense, guys. And Sandra, I don't know if you were here or not when I announced that I'm going to be doing a giveaway very, very soon. Probably the end of next week or so. Because I hit over 200 subscribers, which is amazing. So I'm really excited about that. And again, I'm keeping my straight edge with this paper here. So it leaves it nice and neat. Screw up just a tad. And I don't know if you guys can see. See, there's a little line here of yellow. I think you can see that right there. I'll just cover that with something else. And I'll probably cover it with one of these patterns because I'm showing you the difference between the small and the big. So I'm going to continue with the large size with this. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, absolutely. I'm with you, Sheree. I'm all about shabby chic, and I definitely would do something like this on a wall. I don't think Richard would let me, but I would if if I was allowed. I absolutely would. Oops, I gotta tear the top. I absolutely would. I've done some crazy designing before in other homes I lived in. So yeah, I'll tell you guys a funny story. Yeah, a table and a chair. Now, I have done tables, like end tables. And as a matter of fact, Cheryl, I have a table. Well, my mom actually has it at the moment. And I went back to tearing that small. I got to do a bigger one. That I decoupaged the whole top of this table. And it is pictures of my children. So, and it turned out really pretty. But I had to use a lot of polyurethane. You know, of course, you can't use this. I used this to put it down to adhere it, and then I used polyurethane to protect it. And I had to use coats after coats of that stuff. But it is beautiful. And the one thing is, you know, once you do something like that, you can't get rid of it. You know, it's got my kids all over it. So right now, my mother has that, and she's using it. Okay, that's going to go up. There we go. Yeah, it turned out really neat. I wanted to do even some end tables and stuff, but I never did get around to doing that. I wonder if I could put that there. I think I'm going to. I know this is a little smaller, but I like that contrast, and so I'm just going to go ahead and put that right there. So, but you can see the difference with the larger pieces. And I like both styles. I do. I like both styles of this, so it's just choice. Now I'm going into smaller pieces, so I'm going to go back to bigger pieces. I'm used to doing the smaller ones. But, you know, like I said, there's no limits. You can do whatever you want. We're going to put, no, not that one. This one's the big one. We'll put it in here somewhere. So I'm trying to kind of have a plan here, but This needs to go this way and this way, so we're going to go this way. Okay, so this would go like this. So now we can tear it a little smaller. All different directions. I was trying to think of some of the projects that I have coming up I wanted to let you guys know about. I'm going to do some ephemera packs to put in my shop, and what that is just the things that you would need to embellish your own journal. So that's something I'm getting ready to do, and we're getting ready to do a live sale on no, I don't know what we decided. I don't know. Me and Sheree talked about it. I don't know if we're doing it on her page or on my page. So if you are not on my group on Facebook, it is Handmade from Lisa. I have shared the group in Sheree's group quite a few times. But if you're not in Sheree's group, that's what it's called, the same thing. But I kept the group so I could do live videos. So that's why that's there. And I will be doing a live sale, and that sale is for blank journals, I guess you would call it. They're decorated as far as there's a pocket on the inside of both pages, and the rest is all decorative paper. That's all it is. And so I made these with the intentions of the ladies being able to use these for their faith journal, scripture writing, things like that. Because when you decorate journals up like me, I can't stop decorating. And then before you know it, there's nowhere to really write. That's why I'm always adding, the tags and stuff, which I do leave mine pretty open for writing space. But these that I've made up, and they're already done and just sitting here, they are just plain. They're for you to do whatever you can do. Mix them. You could even do this, do your creative work in them. That there. So I've got that coming up, and oops, it's my way. No, I don't have that edge cut. Almost forgot my edge. I didn't tear my edge, it was cut. Okay. We're almost done here, and then we're going to get to the inside, and I'm going to show you or give you an idea of what we're doing. And so this, like this. So we're going to, again, we've got to leave that straight edge. I like this side better. So we're going to tear that on the top. Could this be done on a traveler's notebook to the plain brown ones? Absolutely. I've done some. So you're talking about, are you talking about the inserts, Sheree? Because yes, you can. I think that's what you're talking about, the plain brown, like card or craft paper inserts. Yes. As far as the decoupaging, it can be done on anything. This can be done on a book cover. It could be done. I almost did the same. Yeah, the inserts. Yes, it can. And I almost did this on another video, and it was going to be using cardstock or an well, let me show you. One of these file folders. You can take a file folder, just a regular file folder that opens up, and you could do that on here and then fold it in half as a cover for an insert too, or just a journal. And of course, I have binding technique on my playlist, and it's just I think it's the pamphlet stitch, but you could even staple it in. There's all kinds of ways to actually bind it, but yeah, you could do anything like that with this, and what you're doing is just making it sturdier. So yeah, Yeah, you should do one and then post pictures. I'd like to see you do that. I think what I'm going to do is like that there and then cover that piece up. Because it's just too small and I need a bigger piece. So that's what we're going to do here. And then I need some more Mod Podge. I'm out of my Mod Podge. Let's see. That's a good idea about the inserts, Sheree. Bubble out of there. Okay. Now, one thing I will tell you guys, if you do this, when you're adding all this paper, and especially because this is a glue, you know, it will kind of, let me show you. I don't think you're going to be able to see because this is kind of flattened out. But it would kind of bow a little bit, not much, but then it flattens back out after it dries. So that's not a problem either. You can just bend it right back into shape, just to give you a heads up there. I think I'll put this one there. Okay, and then we'll be done with this after I do that piece right there. So I used larger pieces on this side to show you the difference than the smaller pieces. And of course, with the smaller pieces, what you're getting is that straight enough? Yeah. What was I saying? With the large, what was I saying? The larger pieces or the smaller pieces? I don't even know what I was talking about now. With the smaller pieces, I'll just say this because I don't know what I was saying. You get more, it's busier than with the larger pieces. So now, if you can see the difference, here's the large pieces. Does the Mod Podge wash off easily off your glass dish? Yes. And out of your brush too? Yes. But as soon as I'm done with this, I will have to wash this with, I use Dawn and hot water. If I let it sit, it'll be ruined in the morning. Well, I should say it should be, but I actually let this one sit the other day and it was hard as rock. And so I actually soaked this with a bunch of Dawn in hot water and I kept it for a couple of days and just kept changing the water and now it's fine. So, but I don't suggest doing that because I've ruined many. So after you're done using it, just rinse it out real good after you've washed it with Dawn or whatever, and it'll be fine. And if you get it on the dish, it'll come right off because it's like glue. I mean, it's just like Elmer's glue. So when I get it all over me, which I have it all over me now, it literally just peels right off. I mean, because that's the same texture. And if you want to make your own, you can just take a glue of any kind. And I still didn't check the recipe that I have, but it's so much water with your glue, and you just kind of thin it down is all you're doing. And you've got Mod Podge, the same thing. So, yeah. I hope that answered your question there. But yes, it does come off pretty easy. So I'm going to get this stuff out of the way and put that to the side because we've got our inside done. So now that will just have to dry. And I will tell you that I've heard people complain about the Mod Podge being sticky. The only one that I found sticky is the glossy. When I use the matte like this one, see, it's not sticky at all. And this is already dry. Up here's a little damp, but right here, this is already dry. And it's not sticky. So you're welcome, Cheryl. Now, do you guys see the difference? So I want to know which one did you guys like the best? Do you like this one that's, the smaller pieces? Or do you like the larger pieces? Just out of curiosity. I like both of them. And of course, it depends on the patterns you're using. And with this one, I used a lot of this here that I shouldn't have because I have it here and here and here. So I should have added, and I can still go back. Let's see. I can actually go back and cover some of that right there. because that's all that red. I could cover some of that up, which I think I will do. The small pieces, they both look great. Can't decide. You like the smaller, Sherry? Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's preference, I guess. I am going to cover this piece up, but it's bugging me. OCD can get the best of you, I'm telling you. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm just going to set this to the side and let it dry. And so you can still add small ones to the back cover too if you wanted. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You can just keep building it up all you want. That's why I said there's no limits. If I wanted to go over here and I didn't like this, just like here, you know, I didn't care for this side. Let me show you. Over here, you know, I could take some smaller pieces and just put it right on there. What happened to my... Okay, you guys still there? I don't know what I hit on my computer, but you just take your pieces, Sheree, and then just add them all over, you know, wherever you wanted to get that look. You see what I'm saying? You just keep building it up or covering it up however you want. So yeah, both of the looks. So I'm gonna leave it the way it is. But yeah, that's okay. Gotcha. Okay, good. Now you were on the same page. Okay, so Sheree, back to this. I wanted to ask you this flower here. You was talking about this flower and the front cover. Do you think that's something that I should try to incorporate on the cover? Because it does kind of match, doesn't it? I've got the... Let me turn this over because this is still wet, so gotta be careful. But I've got this. I have this paper here I thought was pretty because I didn't want it too bright. And then I've got some fabric also, so I could do some type of a collage here or something. But I want it to say, and I don't want to, you know, I could put it over, I guess, on this side over here because I don't want it to be too busy because I want it to say, what'd you say, bloom where you're planted? That would be pretty like that, wouldn't it? I might not even need this other stuff. That's something, so that would look pretty. What do you think, guys, about just this right here? Just putting this piece of paper, and of course I would cut it down to right here, and then put bloom where you're planted on there. Yeah? Sheree says yes. I think that might be what I do. Mom says yes. Okay, well, I might do that. So now I'll tell you why I'm not doing it right now, because all I have to do is cut it down and put it on there. But the reason I'm not is because I'm going to try to get either some really pretty alpha stickers to put bloom where you're planted, or I'm going to find, maybe type it up on the... Cheryl says yes too. Okay. Type it up on the computer and then just put it on here. I don't know, but I want it to be pretty. You know, I don't want to just write it in my handwriting. Ugh, no. I know a lot of people like my handwriting, but I, however, do not. But I did. Okay, here's something that's a no. If you do that, put another piece down. It wasn't dry. I told you guys it wasn't. So, y'all. Hey, I don't mind making mistakes. You guys see. That way you know what not to do or how to fix it. So that don't bother me a bit. Nobody's perfect, and I sure am not. Okay. Put the flower close to the binding. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and then I can put the flower here and then write on it on the outside. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Sheree. Thank you. I like that idea too. So I'm going to give me a one little minute here while I get all this paper off the desk so we can start on the next section of this. I'm going to move this real quick. Give me 1 second to move this over here. Get all this paper out of the way. A lot of scrap paper here. And there was a lot of designs I didn't even pull out. I wish I would have went through ahead of time and just, you know, picked up the ones I really wanted to use, because there's some really pretty paper, but it ain't going nowhere. I'll use it in another project. So Okay. Now it's on my thing. Okay. Now this is what was in the binder. And here are, I've already separated it. I did that when I first got on here. These are all 20 of the dividers with the tab on them. So these can, every one of these can be altered, which eventually they will be, but that's going to take a lot of time. And I'll be doing that as I go, probably throughout my journal. I can section these off, and I don't have to use them all. I could even just use 3 or 4, or whatever. It's up to me. If you guys wanted to do something like this, I'll tell you where to find these, and that's at Goodwill or your thrift store. You're going to find these older cookbooks. They have them in the cookbooks or the sewing books, whatever, and get you one and try this. Because the reason I'm doing this one is because this is going to give me so much room to put different things in, and I can take it in and out without damaging it, because it's the binder. When you have the binder rings, you just clip it in and open it up. So that's why I'm going with this. And this is one of my favorite ones that I had, so I wanted the floral, and I'm getting the floral. So hello, Laura. How are you? Let me get my thing and show you what I've done so far, because I just put it over here to the side. We're working on a creative faith journal, and this is the inside cover of the binder that I'm using, and the binder is the Better Homes and Garden book. That's the front, and that is the back, and I'm leaving these because I think they're beautiful. So that is what we are doing, and this is drawing at the moment. So we're going to work on the pages for the inside, and I'm going to give you guys ideas of what you can use inside. For those of you that don't have a bunch of products like I do, and maybe you want to make one for yourself, that's what I'm trying to do here, is to show you guys options that you can use, things around your house, whatever, to put in this to use. Does that make sense? Let's see. Any paper, period. You've got, what's this called? Grid paper. Some people call it graph. I think it's grid paper, isn't it? Grid paper. You've got ledger paper. You can add construction paper if you wanted a thicker paper, and you didn't have cardstock. Of course, cardstock's the number one thing. Sketch pad paper, just regular plain paper. I have a 3-ring gardening made. Oh wow, lucky. That's what you need to use. They're hard to find. I look everywhere. Every time me and my mom go to the thrift store or whatever, I look for those. This is just paper I got at the Dollar Tree, because I've looked everywhere for this manuscript paper. So, you could use that. But they're hard to find. I can hardly find them. Hello, Bonnie. How are you? So this, any paper you want to put in here, you can. You can buy regular cardstock, even different colors. It doesn't even have to be the white or the craft. Any color, they have like different colors at Walmart. If you can't get to a Hobby Lobby or a Michael's, you can get some at Walmart. And that's just a thicker, it's like this. This is a very thick one. Actually, this is thicker than some cardstock. But it's just a thicker piece of paper. And if you don't know what cardstock is. And then you can just get well, okay, here, I'll show you this one. This is one that I bought from Walmart a very long time ago. Let's see if I can get it in here for you. Now, this is only the 8.5 by 11, but they have this exact one right now up there at mine in the 12 by 12 size. And these are double-sided. Now, some of these I didn't like because I love this one, but I didn't like some of the other sides, like that. I don't like that side. Not for me, because I'm doing florals. But I love this. And can you see this like cameo right there? I think that's what that's called. See, they're double-sided, so you can just punch them and put them right in your binder, and you've got two sides to work on. One problem, I don't write in a journal. I just make them and give them to friends. Oh, okay. Wow, that's nice. You know what's funny is I've been making journals for a while now. And I really don't write in a journal either, but I do have journals, and I've got a lot of them because I tend to keep a lot of them. I do use mainly the ones that I use are my journals for my prayers or my scripture writing. I have one that I bought from Yvonne Preston, and it has all of our honeymoon stuff and pictures in it, which I love.